Transgender triple kill. Buckle up. Transgender triple killer removed from home with 2 foster children months after authorities were notified. Oh, this is going to be good. Transformers. Men in disguise. 2 foster children who have been living with a convicted transgender triple killer. What? Despite authorities being aware of the situation since late December of 2025, are no longer residing with the violent criminal. Reginald Ortherell. That's his last name. You guys will correct me in the chat like you always do. Who began transitioning to a woman shortly after his release from prison in 2020. You think Big Bubba's the one that helped, had a little bit of involvement in that transition? You know what I'm saying? Come in here and spread them cheeks, Reggie. Was removed from the home after heavily armed officers raided the address on Monday. Wow. Oh boy, dude, these pictures, you guys. Hold on a second. We'll get there. I gave you a little bit of a peek. It was a teaser. He had been living with a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old for several months, the outlet said. The Minister of Families and Communities of New South Wales on Tuesday issued an apology. Yeah. Our bad. We let that one slip through the cracks. Oh my gosh. You know, they get by us every once in a while. Holy lordy. Yeah. This is what they said. Yeah. This is what they said. The situation, quote, should never have been allowed. Yeah, you think? Oh my, dude, I mean, how many times have we seen those in horror movies where, you know, you're a new girl, you want to get out, you want to get out of the ranch, that you grew up on with your father, taking care of houses and cleaning up horse shit, and you're like, okay, I want to have a life in Los Angeles, and you get your suitcases and there's that montage of getting on the train and there's some funky music going on and you're walking around seeing Hollywood Boulevard and then you get in, right? And doo-doo. And you get in there and you see this thing. Hi, I'm Regina. And you're cool. You're like, okay, I heard LA's like this. You're willing to live it, right? Turns out Regina killed 3 people. Yep. And then the music's ambiance is going, all right, doo-doo. And you're like, okay, I think I'm going to leave now. And you hear a little snap, right? A little click. And that's Regina locking you in. And Regina pulls the trousers down going, I'm Regina, but I'm something else, right? And shaking the little back and forth. Okay. We're having fun here. She added, who's the she? Let's go back. Hold on a second. Because you know how these news outlets do this stuff. They play this game with me and I hate it. That's a dude. Okay. And what they'll do is I don't know if they have to do this for legal reasons. Like, is it defamation? I don't know, right? We don't need, who knows anymore. They'll call the guy that's Reginald, who goes by Regina. They'll say she in the article sometimes. I'm not saying they're doing it here. That's why I'm a little confused, is because sometimes they'll go back and forth. Like, bro, who are we talking about here? Are we talking about Regina? Are we talking about Reginald? Okay, so they said should never have been allowed. Yeah. Okay, yes, correct. Quote, it is entirely unacceptable for a vulnerable child in the care of the state to be living with a triple murderer. This is what we're living in. This is where we're at. It should never have happened, and I'm deeply apologetic for what has happened. I am laughing out of nervousness, dude. I'm laughing because this is so crazy and that we stumbled upon this because the simulation gods are with us. She added that very poor decisions were made. You think? Yeah, everybody say WTF. What else would it have been? At the time when authorities became aware of the situation and said a review is underway to determine how the terrible circumstances, terrible is their word for on audio, were allowed to happen, promising systemic changes. Yo, This is crazy, bro. The situation has sparked widespread. You gotta be kidding me. There's another photo of it. And that was odd. It was really odd. So the situation has sparked widespread backlash and calls for the resignation of authorities who allowed the crisis to continue for months. Late last year, Arthurel, who's the tranny, moved into an existing foster home in Sydney, where 2 children were already living under the care of an elderly woman. Please don't have done anything to the elderly woman, please. I mean, the children's a shoo-in. Please do not do anything to them, obviously. We haven't gone through the entire article. Please don't tell me you went after the old lady. He reportedly met her while she was working at a hospital, and he was a patient there. This can get crazy. The woman who invited him to move into move in as a housemate already had 2 foster children living with her under her approved placement. Okay, so I could see how this seeped through the cracks here. The tranny, therefore, shared the household with the children. She probably didn't know this guy was a triple homicide guy. The arrangement went unnoticed by authorities until the carer's daughter reportedly raised concerns late last year. Oh, hey, how's everything going, honey? Anything new happening? Well, there's this guy that likes to wear wigs and glasses, and he has this mini skirt on, and I could see his balls hanging out, and I just thought it was a little weird. There's a red flag, you know what I mean? Like, maybe the foster lady, the old elderly lady, could have figured it out with a dude, scratch his nutsack in front of the kids a little bit. Oof. Sorry I even said that. God, take that back. We'll remove it. We'll get that in post. The arrangement went unnoticed by authorities until the carer's daughter reportedly raised questions. Prior to moving in, Arthurel had built a long criminal history, primarily involving the deletion of 3 people over 3 decades. So how's this guy out then? Bro, you got to be kidding me. Who's this? That's him? No. Oh, no, that's somebody else. What the hell is going on here, dude? Bro, this is some, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, come in. Is this the same guy? Hold on. Arthur? Who the hell is... Oh, this is the same guy. Jeez. I'm sorry. If you're on audio and you are not paying attention, we stumbled on a freaking gold mine here. And you got to take a moment. Close the door to the office. Show it on the phone. What is going on? So he's convicted of manslaughter in 1974 for reportedly stabbing his stepfather. In 1981, he fatally bashed a 19-year-old sailor during a violent robbery, and while on parole in 1995, he deleted his fiancée by beating her to death with a piece of wood. How is this thing out here? Yeah. You could just sniff it out. You could just sniff this out. You just know that as you go further in the article, it gets wilder. You know what I mean? It just gets wilder. Did we not call it together? Where it's like, there's gonna be something. This is a gold mine. Oh, you could just snuff it out. You know. This is nuts. We're steep in this. We're letting this cook a little bit, folks. We're in no rush here. We're in no rush. We're going to spend some quality time together with Reggie here. After killing his romantic partner, he was caught photographing her wearing one of her dresses. This is some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. We might get in the element of him eating people here in a moment. If you guys are experiencing issues at Rumble, always go over to YouTube. No problems. You don't have to be over at Rumble. It all works together. It all works in unison. All 3 killings involved alcohol, court documents show. Records indicate that Arthur, I'm just going to call him, spent nearly 39 years of his life in custody following the murders. Yeah. The guy, violently deleted people. It wasn't like, when they say manslaughter, I was thinking, okay, the guy messed up and, was doing 60 and a 35, and yeah, he hit somebody. Okay, that explains why, he did his time. He's out. It's a freaking terrible accident. Shouldn't have been doing it. But it's not like he willfully went out and was like, I'm going to bash somebody's head in. Do you think he was like dressed up like this when he did it? You know what I mean? Like flipping his hair. I'm going to get, what's the unfortunate, the victim's name? Do we have that? His girlfriend or whatever it was. I'll take care of it. Ooh. This is some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff, dude. This is the stuff you get from serial killers, man. I don't know when you turn into a serial killer. Like, how many do you need to be classified as one? This is some creepy stuff, bro. And this thing's living with you. You know what I mean? Late at night, you just hear something come in your room and it's dark and it's just heavy breathing you, but you're too scared to peek out. You're just like, put the covers over you as a kid, right? And you just hear Reggie just over you. You know what I mean? Oh, God. Freaking myself out here. After his prison release in November 2020, Arthur began transitioning into a woman under the name of Regina. The first public photos of self-introductions appeared on a transgender community Facebook page. There's going to be more about this guy. There's no way. There's no way. Arthur also... Look in the backyard! Start digging. Arthur had also expressed plans to undergo gender-affirming surgery. Well, at least he couldn't put his thingy into something else as soon as possible. Court documents also described that her transition has been taking place over quite some years, confirming the process was ongoing after his release. Arthur now remains in private accommodation. The hell does that mean? Where's this thing at? Oh my God, dude. It's been a while. It's been a while since we stumbled upon one of these. Happy birthday to me, dude. Holy lordy. This is crazy. Let me do this for you guys, okay? Hold on a second. There you go. There's a birthday card. Oh, there we go. Hello, Reggie. Hello, Reggie. Let's get rid of the chat really quick. I want you guys to get a good look. Yeah. All you need today, if you want a great image to send to somebody, go ahead and screen grab this right here. And you could say, happy birthday from Tranny Reggie. And then in small text, killed 3 people living with 2 foster children. There's a great image to send to your friends for a nice Friday. By the way, can we make wigs great again for us baldies? If Reggie could pull it off, so can I. So let me zoom in here. Maybe there's another image. I want to go back to these other ones for you guys. Look at this thing. Hold on. This was the doozy. This is some serial killer stuff. That article was worth the 20 minutes that we spent on it. Hands down, gold mine. I felt like we were back to our old selves today, especially with that last article, because that's the type of stuff that we live and breathe for here. You know what I mean? The freak shows, you know what I mean? Remember how we used to cover all that drag queen stuff? And, we got to get more back into that. What are these freaks doing? It's like, how do you tick? Have a little bit of fun with it. It's freaky deaky. It's disgusting. Don't get me wrong. It's all evil. It's all evil. It's demonic. Yeah, that's the we don't need to say the obvious here on the show, like, oh, this is evil, this is wrong. We already know that. Okay, there's the level of entertainment value in the show that we got to bring here, and they're freaks, they're psychos. Okay, we're all on the same page here. We can also laugh just a little bit, because we'll go crazy if we don't, and if you go crazy enough, you're gonna wind up like old Reggie there. Okay, do you want to wind up like Reggie? I don't think so. So let's have a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.